welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be showing you how I created this beautiful bridal look on my beautiful model. So first things first, I'm going to be cleaning off her brows by shaving off every excess hair and cleansing with Bioderma Micella water, and then hydrating her skin with Garnier hydrating mask just to make sure her skin feels plump and well hydrated. After the mask, I'm just going to work it into her skin and apply embryolisse moisturizer and go in with my becca primer at the T-zone areas of her face. Now I'm going to be applying foundation right after this primer. I'm sorry guys, I couldn't find the clip where I showed the exact foundation that I used, but I'm using the NARS soft matte foundation on her right now. And then I'm going to go in with the kevyn concealer in shade 11. This is the only concealer that I use. What I do is I mix it with the foundation just to get the desired consistency that I want. This concealer is actually very thick and full coverage, so you don't need too much at all when applying the concealer. I've just blended the concealer out and I'm using the Huda Beauty setting powder. I'm going in with a press and roll technique just to make sure that everything is getting into her skin and not looking cakey at all. After setting her face, I'm going to be using the Fenty Beauty powder just to create dimension and shadow on her face. I prefer using powder for this method because it's quite easy and then I do not have to use too much product and it does the job. It just does the job for me. I'm going to be using the She Glam blush palette just to add color to her face. If you know me well, I love a rosy cheek. I'm going back in with the setting powder I used earlier just to buff out all the excess blush from the skin and make sure that everything is very smooth. I'm going to be using my favorite brow pencil, which is a Davis pencil, to draw our brows. I really love this pencil. I'm starting by first of all outlining the brows and then filling in the brows. I actually did the same step for the other side of the brows. After outlining and filling in her brows, I went in with the same concealer and foundation just to clean up and define the brows. Guys, you need to take your time while doing this and you also need steady hands. If you make mistakes during this process, you can always go back in and make your corrections. I'm going to be doing the same exact step for the other brows as well. After outlining the brows and cleaning up and just defining it, I'm going to be using a buffing brush just to make sure that everything is well blended and there are no harsh lines at all. As much as you have to take your time, you have to work fast during this process because you do not want your concealer to get dried. You have to make sure that you work fast just to make sure that everything is blended and in place. After doing this, we're going to be defining the upper part of our brows using the exact foundation that I used on her. Now the next step would be using this kevyn concealer as an eye base. One thing I love about this concealer is the fact that it's very versatile. So I'm just buffing it out and then using this Huda Beauty Nauthy palette on our eyes first of all as a transitioning color, and then blend the eyeshadow properly. Guys, you really need to take your time to blend the eyeshadow. You don't want any harsh lines popping out at all. Take your time and blend your eyeshadow very well till you're satisfied with the outcome. I'm going in with this Fenty Beauty powder. I love to improvise a lot, so I'm just using the Fenty Beauty powder just to create a little bit of dimension on the eyes. And then I'm going to be using this kdvon Meta Crush highlighter just to add a little bit of sparkle. We're not actually doing too much with this particular eye look. We want it very soft. While applying your shimmer eyeshadow or any sparkles at all, you have to make sure that you're also blending. I'm going in with this Sephora mascara just to make sure that every of our lashes are in place for lash application. And then I'm using this eyelash glue from Envy. Guys, can you see what eyelashes can do to your eyes? Anyways, this particular lash is from our brand Flairbywinnie Beauty. We sell very good and affordable lashes. After application of lashes, we're going in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeliner gel. For easy application of this eyeliner, you have to make sure that your client or your model is looking up and you're dragging our eyelids downwards. I'm going to be doing the same exact step for the other eye and going in with the Beauty Bay eyeliner. I would recommend this kind of eyeliner especially for beginners. It is very easy for you to create your lines with a liquid pen eyeliner. It's going to give you stability and make sure that your lines are precise and perfect. Moving on, we're going to be moisturizing her lips with a moisturizer, and we're going to be using this badescu moisturizer. You can most definitely use any moisturizer that you have, and then going in with this TOUI Cosmetics liquid brown matte lip stain, and then creating our lines and making our lips plump. This is a personal preference, so if you're a working makeup artist, it is very advisable to ask your client if they want their lips to be overdrawn or not. It is very important. After outlining the lips, I'm going to go in with this So Pro liquid matte lipstick as well, and then buffing it out very well. You have to make sure that your lip stains are well blended according to what you are going for. And then I'm going to be using this lip gloss from So Pro as well. I really love her lip gloss a lot. They are really good, and I would recommend that you purchase them. Moving on, guys, I am going to be contouring her nose. You can do this contouring before every other step, but I choose to do this at this point. So I'm just using a precise fluffy brush just to make sure that I am able to snatch this nose and get into those tiny areas. Take your time, guys, and make sure that when contouring your nose or even contouring in general, you have to use one shade, or if you must 2 shades darker than the person's actual skin tone. I'm emphasizing the highlighted areas of her nose, which is the bridge of her nose, by using a lighter shade of powder just to make sure that it's very pointy, and then going into the edges just to blend out all those harsh lines. You don't want no harsh lines, guys. Make sure you're blending. You need to blend. Makeup is all about blending. Blend, guys. And then I'm moving on with my powder brush and blending out all those places that needs to be blended. Take your time, guys. After blending and I'm satisfied with what we have, I'm going in with the badescu setting spray and then the skindinivia finishing spray. One thing I love about setting spray is the fact that it removes all those powdery effects from the face. Now once our face is dried, I'm going to go in with this danessa myrick wet balm just to add a little bit of glow to the skin. The best technique to apply this is to not apply too much pressure. Once you apply too much pressure, it's going to lift off your product, your foundation, your powder. So apply less pressure in doing this. Now I'm emphasizing our blushes, the contour, and just making sure that this face is well defined. I'm just going back in and just redoing stuff that needs to be done, and then I'm going to be blending again and again. Anyways, guys, after doing all this, I'm going to be using the final sprays. This is one of the most important steps of my makeup application. I'm using these 3 sprays: the chalotte tilbury spray, the So Pro spray, and the mehron sprays. These 3 sprays, they are very good, and I would recommend if you want your makeup to last long. They are very good. Take my word for it. After spraying my model's face, the last thing I do is to go in with this Sample Beauty brow gel, just to make sure that the brows are in place and intact. And lastly, I go back in with the eye mascara just to finish up the entire look. I make sure that I do the mascara at the very end, just to make sure that the mascara doesn't smudge into the other parts of the face once I am spraying. So guys, this is the final and finished look. If you like what you see, if you watched to this moment, thank you so much, and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys for sticking around, and this is the final look, guys. Thank you. I hope you learned something. Please share, comment, like this video, and if you want more of this kind of content, please put your suggestions down in the comment section. Thank you. Bye.